Good morning, this is the Colorado Vagabond here, and I'm at a car show here in Pensacola, Florida. Actually on East 9 Mile Road. And behind me I'm going to start with a very fascinating vehicle here. It's a 1962 Jeep panel wagon. So let's take a look at this, shall we? Okay, so here she is. This is a 1962 Willys Jeep panel wagon. It's actually owned by my neighbor Tommy, and always like to go to their monthly car show here. You can see there's a lot of exhibits. We'll go look at the rest of them down here later on. But this originally had a Continental inline 6 flathead engine that produced a little over 100 horsepower, but now it's been modified with a 427 Corvette. In fact, when he started it up the other day and brought it home, we thought there was thunder outside. My wife went out to take the towels off the line before she saw he pulled in the driveway with it. So anyway, this is a beauty of a vehicle. It was built by Willys back when Jeeps were pretty solid made. That was back before they became Chrysler Fiat, and before that American Motors. So they were real solid built vehicles back then. Take a look inside. Like I say, it's been modified a little bit. There you see all the gauges and so forth. Nicely upholstered headliner, and it's just a beauty of a vehicle here. Let's go around here and we'll look inside. So it's still beautifully carpeted. So anyway, this is a real showpiece. Another modification down here is, take a look at the wheels. Those things are wide, almost like drag slicks. So anyway, that's the story. It just came from around Birmingham, Alabama, Jasper, Alabama a few days ago. Now it's officially a Florida vehicle. You can see where he switched from Alabama to Florida, which is good. Yeah, what a beauty. In the Philippines, they would call this an owner type Jeep. And they actually still make something like this, very similar. Over there, it's actually made by Mitsubishi instead. Let's take another look at this engine, shall we? Yeah, you can tell when they started up, that's for sure. Nice wheels. Still like the old flat top fenders there, a Jeep always has. And of course, with a Corvette engine, you need a little bit different exhaust there. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, and here's another one of my favorites. This one actually belongs to Tommy's brother here, Wayne. This is a 1933 Dodge, and I've seen this at several car shows before, but he really keeps this thing up nice. It's a beauty. Of course, it's obvious that's looks like a 383 stroker engine in it there, so it's got a little more horsepower than it did in the beginning. But I love that two-tone paint there, that blue and gray. It's just pretty as can be. Let's take a look inside too. He's really made the inside look good there. Gauges. Maybe get a better picture here. Yeah, there we go. Nice, beautiful upholstery. Looks like, yeah, he's got her armed and ready to go here. Good deal. So anyway, let's take a look around here. Gangster, yeah. Real steel is the real deal. That was what they said about Dodge back then. There was a time when they actually made cars out of real solid steel like this. Of course, like I say, the Jeep that we just looked at, that thing was made for military specs anyway, so you know that thing was solid as a rock. But, yeah, no plastic, nothing like that. Beautiful old car here. Good old 33 Dodge. And this is something pretty similar here. This is a 30-something Plymouth here. I think about a 37. Let's see. Summer Dreams, they call it. Yeah. There we go. Let's take a look at this Plymouth here too. It's Dodge and Plymouth, they were similar, but I think that's before Dodge was taken over by Chrysler. Maybe Chrysler had. That's kind of neat. Fixed up with bucket seats in the rear. Modern daily driver. And got a Mopar Performance. Of course, they didn't come with a V8 standard back then, but got one now. So that is a nice 37 Plymouth there. Yeah, some beautiful vehicles around here, that's for sure. Here's a Chevelle, I think. Or Buick. Oh yeah, Buick. Yeah, I had a 73 Buick once. Best car I ever owned. Yeah, that was the good old days. Stopped by the Sonic. It used to be A&W. Continental kit on the back. Incidentally, they got the names Continental kits from Lincoln Continental. Started it there, and they always had the tire on the back in the 40s when they built the first Lincoln Continental. So now they've just kind of added it on. That's a Buick 400 Limited. Yeah, never met a Buick I didn't like, that's for sure. Okay, and this is a Pontiac GTO, right from the song, little GTO, you're looking fine. Let's go around and take a look at this here. It looks pretty much original, like I remember GTOs back in my college days. Reduces in the 4-speed and a 389, I think they said. There we go. Yeah. Nice additional decorations too here. Like the flag, Aloha, and the motor. Okay, this looks like about a 61 Chevy here. But, it's got a 409 on her. She's real fine by 409, as they used to say. Let's go around and we'll. Oh yeah, bright red leather interior. Beautiful car. 61 Chevy Impala. Impala was top of the line back then. And of course we got a Corvette over here too. No car show would be complete without a few Corvettes. Yeah. Yeah, one Corvette. That's not sure what year that is. Probably from the 80s maybe. Doesn't say here, I don't think, but let's take a look here and see. Pretty car anyway, and this is a newer one over here, newer display. Corvette LS2, yeah, that's a mean machine. Pretty nice. And who doesn't love a Mustang? Here we go. That's a nice, pretty red one. Looks like about a 65 or so, 65, 66. Nice looking one. Looks like that has pretty much the original motor in her too there. Nice old street rod 33 Ford. Let's take a look at this one. Kind of partial to these oldies here, even if they are modified with a different engine. Looks like maybe a big block Chevy or something, or pretty inside, well kept. Nice there. Some of these had a rumble seat there where the trunk would open backward and the seat would pop up and you could sit in the back there. They call them rumble seats back then. That's a pretty one. This is a kit car, MG. It's actually not a real MG. It was built on a Volkswagen chassis and has a Volkswagen engine in the rear, I believe. But nonetheless, it's got that old MG Roadster look to it. Rough sounding one there. Back her up a little. We'll go look at her later. And there's a 65 Ford. About, I think. This about a 47 or 48 Ford. You can tell the 46s from the 47s because the 47 and 48s have the park lights down here. The 46s have them up there. That's the only way you can tell them apart. But after the war, they used the same body style that they'd used since 1941 after World War II. That still has the old original flathead motor in them. But these old flatheads were really something. They were among the first V8s made for mass production back in the 30s there. And they powered a lot of Fords. I could always tell the sound of them there. They almost sound like a Harley in many ways. He's fixed up the inside really nice. Vinyl interior, but the gauges, and the steering wheel, even the foot pedals, as I remember, are pretty much all the same. Beautifully restored there. Here we got another, it's like that's a Mercury Comet. Yeah, they were similar to the Ford Falcon there back then. Mercury Comets, that was Mercury's answer to a mid-size car. So anyway, now you see the line up here, where we've been kind of, right along here. And that's kind of a lot of the entries here. The way the sun is, a little hard to get a good view. But that's kind of where we've been. Right over here. That's the end of the line down there, and we'll head on back up here. Okay, here's a recent entry just came up here. It's a 58 Chevy. I think that's a Bel Air model because it only has two tail lights. The Impala actually had the three, so this was about the mid-range of Chevys there for 1958. This looks like a two-door sedan maybe. Let's walk around and take a little more look at this. This is a pretty unique car here. Got a nicely done interior. Yeah, he's really fixed that up pretty. Yeah, pretty much original on the dash. Yeah, it's got a Chevrolet engine there. That might be an original Bel Air engine there they put in her. I don't know. As you can see, it's all Chevy, that's for sure. Without a doubt. Got a pretty color, that red and white contrast. Yeah, very nice. Very nicely done. Here's a nice old Ford truck here, and I think it's about a 55 or a 56 there, it looks like. Kind of hard to tell them apart from the early 50s, except I think around 55 or 56 is when they had the curved glass in the windshield instead of the split windshield there. He's put a new motor on that. Really fixed up nice inside, yeah. Beautiful dash. Nice, they used to have wood in the bottom of truck boxes. Those of us old enough to remember. I learned to drive in a 51 Chevy, so I learned a little bit about pickup trucks. We had a wooden box in the back of it there. And here's a nice little Chevy 2. They were kind of another popular compact car made by Chevy. Up there. Correction, I just talked to the owner on this. That's a 53, not a 56 Ford. So anyway, we'll go on record having a year corrected on that. Here's another entry. I'm going to wrap up here in a little bit. Yeah, that's a SS Camaro. Nice looking car. Yeah, like I say, this one's nice. Chevy Nova.
I mean, I can't believe it. Ooh.
Yeah. Good old days, the 60s. Chevelle. Not sure what year it is, but it's late 60s, early 70s. Pretty color. Chevy truck, best kind to have. Wouldn't have anything else myself. Not that there's anything wrong with Ford or Dodge. It's just there's a lot right with Chevy. Here we got a Corvette pulling out. There we are. Hear the motor there humming a little. Okay. Another Camaro. Nice looking Buick here. Alright. This looks like maybe mid-70s. I had a 73 Buick LeSabre. I love that car. Best car I ever owned as far as cars go. Personally, the only car that makes any sense to me is having a truck there when you only have one vehicle. But yeah, I think that's about I don't know what year that Buick is, to be honest with you. I think it might be about a 74. Looks like one my parents had years ago. Like I say, they were basically had everything a Cadillac had except the bells and whistles, but they sure rode nice down the road. Okay. Well, there's another view of the car show. Well, this is Debbie and Tommy, my neighbors, who own the beautiful old Jeep over there I just showed you in the beginning. And so how do you like your new purchase, Tommy?
Love it, Chuck. Love it.
All right. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's it's a beauty there. And
It is. Thank you,
my
sir.
granddaughter in the Philippines there, she said, that looks like a jeepney. I said, yeah, it sure is. They still actually make what they call owner-type Jeeps over there. They're made by Mitsubishi, but they're still built to look like the old-style Jeeps there.
I'd love to load it up with Philippines and give them a ride. Yeah.
Yeah. It costs as much to ship it over there, though, as it would the cost of the vehicle itself. I'm going to say hello to Wayne. He owns my other my other favorite car over there, the Dodge 33 that we looked at. That was the old beauty you see on the corner. And I don't want to say which one I like better. I might cause some sibling rivalry here. So, so I got to say I like them both really well, but two beautiful entries. So, well, anyway, this was a great car show here y'all had today, and it's always fun coming out. So,
We're always glad to see each other.
I gotta run and get some donuts here before I go home, and so. Yeah, I heard they had $1 a box there, so she told me to go get some anyway. So,
Yeah.
well, thanks for hosting the show there. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
So anyway, this concludes the car show here. Hear that old Mustang revving up his engine here and headed out. So we'll have another one here the 1st of October. First Saturday in October, that is, at the McDonald's on 9 Mile Road in Pensacola, Florida. So, see y'all later.
Let me tell the story, I can tell it all, about the mountain boy who ran illegal alcohol. His daddy made the whiskey, son he drove the load. When his engine roared, they called the highway Thunder Road. Sometimes into Asheville, sometimes Memphis town. The revenuers chased him, but they couldn't run him down. Each time they thought they had him, his engine would explode. He'd go by like they were standing still on Thunder Road. And there was thunder, thunder over Thunder Road. Thunder was his engine and white lightning was his load. And there was moonshine, moonshine, quench the devil's thirst. The law they swore they'd get him, but the devil got him first.